nevela. Yeah, we left off just 6:10. We're just turning the page. We start from Chelkei HaTshuva. Aval Chelkei HaTshuva Heim Shlosha. The three components. Not three. He says there are three levels of three types of tshuva. Echad mehem. Hashav machmei shlomotze derech laveiro. Why does a person sin? I remember, young. So, at one time, shuls had difficulty getting minyanim, and maybe it started to change. But there were many people who were Mechalei Shabbos. They got older. They didn't work. They made up the minyanim. Many of the people, the older generation, talking in the 50s, early 60s, the person was a shoemaker. The moment he retired, he closed the shop. Every day, in those years, the man didn't have money, so we think he had money to travel the world. So where would he spend his time? Spend his time. Go early in the morning, be in shul, set up the Sidurim, lay out the Kiddush for a yard site. And they comprised a very significant part of the minyan. All these retirees. They'd be back. The rabbi would say Shir 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Mincha's at 6. The wives would go to shul. Of course, they were traditional people. So why were they not Mechal Shabbos? Because they chose not to be Mechal Shabbos. Because there was no context any longer for to be Mechal Shabbos or to work on Shabbos. So people, the reason why they don't sin is because the opportunity doesn't present itself. That's the reason why they're not sinning. People get older. They're not able to behave the way they behaved when they were younger. A person loses his money, and therefore he can no longer mistreat people. But when he had power, he used to mistreat people. So what Wolfson was a tzaddik because he doesn't mistreat people. That's a sign he's turned over another leaf. Don't worry, the moment he gets another infusion of money, he's back to where he started, this person. No change. People don't change so easily. So you have one kind of tshuva, it's only because the situation, the setting doesn't present itself. Chshuv motzei, but let's say he comes upon that setting. Go ve'yitzur al sichlo v'liyimonu minenu. The inclination overpowers his intelligence, and he cannot turn it down, cannot refuse it. Kasher yashlim asosa yire gnus maseyu. And when he finishes, he sees the ugliness of his action. It's like a person is supposed to be on a diet, and he cheats. And after he eats the 2,000 calories, which he shouldn't have eaten, trans fat, but he's on medication. So what is it? After he's satisfied, he regrets he ever ate it. People, they eat a whole bag of potato chips, and afterwards they regret they ever ate it. I should have controlled myself. But if it should present itself again, he's going right back into the feed bag. Afterwards, he regrets. So he says that this kind of tshuva is not tshuva. What kind of regret is it? Zed shav b'fiu. This person, it's purely verbal. It's lip service. V'lo b'libo l'shono. It's with his tongue, not with his action. And this person will be punished for his misbehavior because it's not considered a legitimate tshuva. It's not true remorse. Because true remorse, you don't repeat it. Repeat it is only because the reason why you're not repeating because it didn't present itself. But that's proof of the pudding. Many years ago, I remember Purim. Bochram, they would drink. So they go to Mashgiach. And in those days we had real Mashgiach. There was a Mir Mashgiach from Europe, Mir. And they would start crying. They would cry, And I remember, we wish we'd be a tzaddik. We want to be a tzaddik. And they would shed tears. My Mashgiach wouldn't even look at them. So he would say, you want to be a tzaddik? So be a tzaddik. Who's stopping you from being a tzaddik? You want to be a tzaddik. The answer is not so simple. You have to give up many things to be a tzaddik. Okay? So what are you crying? What are you wasting my time? And it's the same thing. I'm a tzaddik because I don't. I used to be an irresponsible Jew. Today, You walk with a walk and you have an aid. Of course, you can't go and run to Atlantic City. You know, your mind can't add up three numbers. You're going to Atlantic City. You're on Social Security. You can't cover your rent. You're going to Atlantic City. So what kind of tshuva is it?
So what if a person gets tshuva with real remorse, and then he falls back again?
No, we're all human. No, it's okay. He was saying when it presents itself, you're going to fail again. Not speaking once in a while it happens. Here, a person has real remorse. The next moment it presents itself, he fails. Could have you had true remorse? How is it possible? That is an indicator that it wasn't. It was only because you were removed from the setting. That's the reason why it's easy to have remorse. Because if you truly regret it, you know, why is a second-time offender, he gets a much more serious penalty, sentence? Because you should have learned. You didn't learn. That just tells me that you didn't learn. Because if you would have, you wouldn't have repeated. You wouldn't become a repeated offender. You know, very often you need real-life examples to appreciate the way God deals with us. First time, it's a slap on the wrist. Second time, you know, the Rabbeinu writes in the Shari Tshuva, the first time a person sins, even deliberate, the claim is not strong, not that strong against the person. Why? Because a person didn't realize how vulnerable he is to certain situations. Since really, you didn't expect it to happen. But once it already was revealed, your vulnerability to such a setting, that you have temptation, and you could be drawn into something, you should have taken every precaution that you shouldn't be drawn into that. Why didn't you take the precaution? Evidently, you know what the answer is. It was irrelevant. It's the first time you say, I didn't know. But now you know, so why did you repeat it? What's the excuse now? You can't say ignorance. Ignorance is the reason why you failed again. Because you realized that you were vulnerable. So you should have taken the precaution. Not means that it really doesn't make a difference. That's Rabbeinu Yonah. So therefore, the second time, it's not just more serious. There's a serious claim. First time, very slight claim against the person. Second time, very serious claim. And that's what, you know, they have. Certain times, they throw away the key. Person violated certain laws. Let's say in the drug area. You do it the second time, they send you away, you don't come back sometimes. Because it's such a serious crime. The first time, you know, you can maybe put the person in a positive light, maybe. He was ignorant, he was innocent, this, that. No excuses any longer. You know, we just had the Ben Saramora. The first time, the parents take him to court, it's v'yisrosa. They give him lashes. Second time, after getting lashes, and he repeats it, clearly it's an addiction. Because it would not be an addiction, there's no second time after getting lashes. This is something serious. And that's why the parents, it's like Rashi brings Chazal, ultimately says, b'ish chet movis. Later, because ultimately he's going to become a murderer, he's going to become a highwayman to support his habit. So why did the parents see that? Because they dismissed it. Immaturity. Immaturity, after getting lashes, to fail again, it's not immaturity. Not immaturity. Somebody just called me up. Today kids are very complicated. This boy, he's just started high school. He's 13, 14 years old. Parents like beside himself. And it's like the boy doesn't get it. Comes in, it's middle of Erev. And as he comes in, there's a little spray bottle. And as he walks down the aisle, all the kids are in middle of Erev. He sprays each kid as he walks down the aisle. The Rosh Hashanah, the principal, sees this. He becomes livid. Doesn't say, he just motions and he should come over and sit there. Afterwards, he says to me, he says, what did you do? He says, I just sprayed them. middle of Erev. So he didn't want to be too hard on the boy. He says, are you going to do it again? He says, I'm not sure. That's what the boy says to the principal. If you say, I'll try not to do it again, okay. You say you're not sure, what does that say? You don't get it. You don't, the child, he doesn't get it. I mean, giving this boy another chance, what do you mean you'll try? At least afterwards you understand the wrong. That means he doesn't even understand the inappropriateness and the wrongness of what he did. Doesn't get it. You know, do you allow that boy to remain there? Or you say, you know, find yourself the parents, find yourself another school for your child. This is not the place for him. You know, he needs like what they call a boot camp to really put him into line. Now, and this is in today's generation. That's what we're holding with many of these children. They don't get it. To be continued.